Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Farthest Frontier. We've got a couple of traders here waiting for us. What do I want to do with the traders? Trader 1 would mainly buy things like salt and smoked fish. Maybe you don't want to interact with him. We could interact with him. I think we'd be buying mostly barrels if we were to interact with him. The other trader, again, I might sell some candles. We'll transfer some candles. But I'm mostly going to leave them alone as well. We'll do pots as well. Actually, no, we'll do closes. Keep adding things more to the trade here. So we're going to sell some stuff to this guy. Although I'm probably not going to buy anything from him. Maybe I'd come back and... we'll see what we pick up. Let's let some time pass. So as far as continuing this run, we want to obviously work towards improving the quality of our housing. Even the second neighborhood got some manners. Okay. We want to get up to tier 5 housing, which means we need books, we need spices, we need luxury food. For the luxury food, I'm missing preserves. So we need to get preserves going. We need to get books going. We need to be buying spice. Crop plus to animals, which means I forgot to do a rotation. Oh, did I miss multiple? Oh, no, it's that crop missing. Okay, no, I did the rotation. I've got a field of fiber up there that they're eating. They're eating the fiber. We'll just accept they're eating the fiber. That's not too much of a problem. Employee-wise, we've got 100 idle labor. Well, not idle laborers. We've got 100 laborers that we can send to various tasks. So we're not short on employees. But again, we're mainly focusing on raising the housing quality. A little bit of that's going to be desirability. We're not much off in desirability. So there is the potential that we can get away with just upgrading maybe some of the stuff in the middle, and that'll be enough. And we are ready to do the healer house upgrade, so let's actually get the healer house upgraded queued. There we've got sand coming from the sand pit. We've got a glass maker somewhere, presumably turn that into glass. Yeah. Now, whether or not that's going to be enough glass to do what we want is a different question. Wouldn't, in theory, be that hard to grab another sand deposit. Or maybe in the deep sand deposit. So we can do even more glass. What are you up to? No, that would maybe replace. That would. Oh, it might actually be picking up a casualty from the recent fighting. So recently we cleared out all the known raider camps. So there may be dead and/or loot at various places that people are going to pick up. Equipment-wise, we've got 12 light infantry that now all appear to be equipped with modern armor. Well, modern armor for them. We only got 2 archers. We do actually have a light infantry here, so we actually got 1 more light infantry than I probably need or want. Yeah, in hindsight, I might want to fence that place in, just keep it from getting doubled on. It's not a major concern because it's just the fiber. So I think tech-wise, we need to get books going, which was something we haven't researched yet. I don't know if books are going to help with text speed. That's maybe a different question. I know that's where the paper is going right now. There's the paper mill. Or do I have the book binder? I do have the book binder. So I could start making books. Okay. Although we don't have any bricks. It's going to take a while for this to build because a lot shorter of bricks. But we'll queue that up. Mostly clay, it's also a little bit of brick. We got ourselves an upgraded hospital, so that will help with basically having capacity to treat the second wounded. Although we've never had a capacity problem. On normal difficulty in this game, the sick don't really pile up that fast. At least in a village so small. We've got the soft cap for housing at 500 right now. At some point we might want to turn that up, but there's like no intermediate between 500 and 1,000. I'm not sure we really want to go for 1,000 people. Well, I'm realizing I sent stuff to the merchants, but didn't actually do the trade. Whoops. We didn't necessarily need to trade with them. It's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and I don't really need this setup right now. We're going to set it up. Or at least I suspect I don't need it set up. I might be wrong with that. I'm going to set up a little bit of a fence around that field so the local deer stop eating our clothing material. And in addition to that, it's about winter, so it's time to do the field rotation. So you go there. You go. Did I position that right? That might be one tile off. Yeah, I'm one tile off. It doesn't make a difference, but and this would be moved by one. Villager died of old age, that's good. We'd rather than die of old age than other terrible things I could be dying from. We're getting complaints about low clay. We've got a second clay mine, so I can just have the second one going a lot faster. Yeah. The building's on fire. Knowledge has been generated. Where is the building fire? That was middle of town in the middle of a cold wave, so enough people are nearby to deal with it immediately. Okay, so we've got books. Yeah, we got books. So what do... I think I just needed the books. Get the books done, and then we're working towards wonders, right? So do I want the economic wonder, or do I want the beacon of culture wonder? Rico, we need guilds and intensive animal farming. Intensive animal farming is probably a way we want to go eventually anyway. Although that might be more knowledge points than the alternative. But let's go that way. Let's go the knowledge of farming. For EU power, or the economic one. And it probably is fairly obvious. This is the beginning of a stream, beginning of the 4th stream for Farthest Frontier in 1.0. I suspect that if everything goes according to plan, this will probably be the last stream. Granted, the plan is to get the houses up to tier 5 and get one of the wonders built. we're recorded far enough ahead that I'm going to record hour-long parts at this point. So we'll either record 4-hour-long parts, or we'll finish, is what'll end up happening. Okay, working on the bookbinder, although it's being brick and clay limited at the moment. Plenty of firewood, plenty of wood. Maybe a little plank limited. Although, well, now it's going to furniture, right? So now we've actually got a plank sink even when I'm not building with it. So the academy is also going to require glass if we wanted to upgrade it. Although that's more knowledge points, I assume. Or, well, those additional workers, which you have to feed stuff for them, would be more knowledge points, I assume. Crops lost to disease, well, that just kind of happens. We got a merchant on their way in. We'll see if they take some of the stuff we've already preloaded into the trading post. And the answer to that is no. Oh, this is showing how many knowledge points I have. So they aren't buying, but we technically would have 4 to sell. They are selling. Okay. So let's buy the knowledge points. In fact, I've already got enough stockpiled here that I could just buy it. There we go. Another piece of knowledge. Little tempted, although I don't think it will really last for that. We'll slow roll a little bit more and go for more food. So more non-meat yields from the barns, the goats, and the chickens. Then we'll do the animal breeding, which is 2 more skill points. I think intensive animal farming is just going to be 1. And then guilds and the wonder. Although the wonder is probably going to be cost prohibitive in its own right to build. We looked at it last time. Menu service. Economic monument. So that's it. Just short of 500 blanks. No, not 500 blanks, just short of 500 bricks, 300 planks. So quite a bit. The thing that'd be holding us up there, I think, is the bricks. Not the money, not the planks. Although I might be wrong about the planks, now that we're making furniture out of it. Oh, I suppose, I can't say. It's not the stuff we've already got at the trading post that we can sell to them, but we can sell them things that we don't have the trading post. Just gotta be patient enough to get it delivered, and then remember to get around to actually selling it, otherwise it's not going to sell. Yeah, we are a bit brick limited. I suppose I could build another brick yard to make more bricks. Sell the coats, sell the shoes. Soap hasn't arrived yet. we're waiting really for the next merchant to arrive, as far as trading is concerned. Maybe one of them will show up with bricks. There we go. Sell the soap. Oh, and I can start, because we got the quarry going, right? I can probably start safely upgrading the walls. Manage walls. Let's do sort of main keep first. Oh, got some raiders coming, which probably means this is the wrong time to upgrade the walls. Okay, we'll delay the walls for a moment. Merchant 2, you buy candles, we'll sell you candles. We can probably ship even more candles to the trading post. We'll see if we remember after the wave comes through. You know, I might buy... Let's try to buy some of this armor. I think the light infantry may wear it. Oh, and we want to probably recruit up to the full cadre of troops that our barracks is current support. The light infantry might not actually equip the metal armor. I think we're gonna hit on the bottom left first or the top? That's a good question. Oh, interesting. Looks like they're grouping up top. So ring the bell. Flagging combat area. Up here. Oops, I was wrong. They decided to come down the road. Move the flags. Now, granted, I have a suspicion that we're going to have a breach. We're going to fight the first group off, and then as we're fighting the first group off, they're going to come start attacking us from the other side. Okay, first group has been dealt with. Second group hasn't yet descended upon us. Villager being cured, that's always good to hear. Sell some more candles. Anyway, we got 5 armor in inventory. No one went to run to grab it, so I think the light infantry don't take the very heavy armor. Which is fair enough. They are described as light infantry and not heavy infantry. I think with that, we should have a pretty successful victory. Yeah, there goes the last of them running for it. Nothing pillaged. 59 of the 70 raiders vanquished. And fairly minimal damage to the local fences. Third merchant has arrived. Of course, the first one is gone at this point. Third merchant, what do you sell? A little low on coal. We can buy coal. Otherwise, you're not really selling anything we want to buy. Okay, so we want to sell you the clothing and the pots. Yeah, I might buy some coal. Not. I suppose it could be the coal. That's actually the thing limiting our foundry work. Don't think it is. Although we are about to have interruption in coal production because the coal mine's about to run out. So there's our deep coal mine. Okay, we got deep mining, so we'll set up the that coal mine down there. Resources, deep coal. And temporary housing. And then that will help with the coal source. Did our stuff to live arrive? It did. And sell. In fact, we might actually have more pots we can sell. And sell. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the coal being low, so I'll just buy a big chunk of coal. 270 coal should buy us enough time. Then let's also, I'm thinking about it, we'll start getting wall upgrades in. These to the inner keep. So this will mostly be stone to upgrade these walls. Yeah, 5 stone each or so. There's the temp housing in. So that should help with not having to have all of them run back to town whenever a blizzard comes rolling in or something. Villager died of old age. That's how we want the villagers dying if they have to die. Three more bricks will have our bookbinder. Once that runs for long enough, we'll have a better understanding of if we've got enough books for the luxury desire. I'm turning up the paper maker because I'm remembering that the bookbinder is going to consume paper. So we're going to have suddenly a new, higher demand for paper. And then we do need a merchant to come by with spice. Otherwise I can't fulfill the spice demand. Oh, and then the tech tree... I probably should have picked this up earlier. The tech tree we forgot to pick up, or I forgot to pick up. Canning. I will need that for tier 5 housing. And possibly more fruit. Okay, and you're done. Go ahead and stock a bunch of books, or bookmakers. And then, to get the desirability up in the inner areas, we'll need to improve the garden trails, which is easy to do if you've got bricks. And then we do want to improve the theater, which is also bricks. So we're looking at bricks being the issue, bricks being the issue, and bricks being the issue mostly. Yeah, 19 coal in that mine. So the mine's about to run out. And of course, upgrading to the manors, and from the manors to the mansions, which is the tier 5 housing, that costs brick as well. It's almost like the bottleneck at this point in the game is bricks. Where is our clay? I'm trying to think if we've got a nearby source of clay. Oh, I forgot that one up there. Should have used that one up there. That's bottomless. That's not bottomless. That's not bottomless. Nope. Okay, so there's the bottomless one. So if once we start running out of the shallow ones, that's probably where we're gonna go. Oh, and that's bottomless. Okay, so I've basically got infinite clay when the time comes, because that's pretty accessible. You can put multiple in that one. You're operational. Defaulted to 8. I'm actually going to leave that on the default of 8. We'll up that to 16 when this mine runs out, which it will do soon. Assume you're talking about the coal mine? Yeah. Yeah, I should probably save the theater brick requirement next, which is the 188 bricks. I think that's the... Oh, well, that might not be the last service building we're going to build. We thought we had enough books. We could do the library. We could do the pub. Building the pub right now would be a little weird because it's not like they'd have anything to drink at the pub. But I could build the pub. The pub wouldn't be that hard to do. It looks like the pub, the guild hall, and the library. No, the guild hall just improves efficiency. It doesn't actually raise desirability. Or forget, did we move? No. Okay. 4, we get told that people are nibbling on, or animals are nibbling on our crops. Let's cycle the crop fields. So we got bottomless sand down here to go with the bottomless coal. So we're not worried about those running out anytime soon. So another deposit of clay and coal. Bottomless iron up there. Oh, I should probably actually mine faster. Not that we've seemingly been having iron mine problems, but... And then we do have the bottomless clay up here. Oh, and there's more coal up there. And we are full of wheat. Okay. We're almost full of wheat. New merchant has arrived. What does the merchant buy? What does the merchant sell? I have 100 beer. I haven't made any beer, so it must have just been looted. Could sell the beer, we're not going to sell the beer. We've got glass, which is good. We'll need that when we start doing preserves, which is the thing we're going to do in a month. When we spend an idea point, knowledge point. Otherwise, other than buying preserves from them, nothing really I want to buy from you. Nothing I really want to sell to you either. Oh no, a fire! In the middle of town where all the firefighters are. There it goes. It's gone. Okay, we need the food preserver, so we got to pick up canning. One of the things around here was like recycling. We will probably want to pick recycling up. Glass recycling, that one. So 2% chance to recover the glass from the application. So from preserved vegetables. We may want to pick that one up 4%, because there's 2 points we can put in here. 4% wouldn't be would be a pretty small choice, but if we're thinking, hey, every food item has a 4% chance to give us a glassware back that can be then made back into making the food item again, would not be terrible. Did I build a cheesemaker? I think I did. Where that actually went is a different question. There's the cheesemaker. That's the cheesemaker. So I got a cheesemaker. What do you want to preserve building? Apparently no one minds being near the preserve building, so I'm going to stick it up over here. Again, that's eating more bricks than we've got, but it'll be fine. And the villager isn't really low on builders, it's low on things to build with. Let me guess. Forger shacks are bricks as well. Yeah, yeah. There was a resource that I think we need to build another of. It's maybe the brickyard. Make more bricks. What does a brickyard cost? Fairly cheap. Let's just bite the bullet and pull the second one. New merchant has arrived. Buys soap. And shoes. Couldn't buy more iron, that wouldn't be the worst of choices. Also, while waiting for things to happen, let's queue up some more wall improvements. So in theory, that's doubled brick production. That may mean we have problems with clay production later, but... Another merchant has arrived. You buy pots. You also buy cheese. A little bit tempting to maybe try to sell you some like cheese. No, get barrels from you. Okay. I am going to try to sell him some cheese. We're going to go down to 250 cheese. And then we're going to buy a bunch of barrels off him. Here we go. Sold a bunch of cheese. That way we can hopefully afford to buy a bunch of barrels. 53 barrels. And the pottery hasn't arrived yet. It's a bit of a shame. And those barrels, as they get distributed, hopefully will improve the rate, well, minimize the spoilage, right? So 2 barrels delivered 8% less spoilage. So we can get up to 40 without any other modifiers. Some pots. And yeah, I will buy more barrels. Harvest some more trees. Probably going to be harvesting the bottom portion of this forest as well. I'm getting too much run-in with the boar. You may want to pick up the forestry upgrade so we can get those guys planting trees faster. And this was a forest, but these trees, for whatever, don't know if it's just that they take a very long time to grow or if they're just decided to stay small. And we're coming up on the age of the peach trees. In fact, some of them have already been chopped down and planted. Okay. There we go. So there's the preservist building. So you making preserves, which will get you making pastries, which will get these guys being much happier. So all we're really missing is spice. Is there a way that I can, like, request that spice be sold to us? Spice. Yeah. Requesting the spice. Granted, we're going to pay extra for it, but we'll get some spice in. I suppose I could... Oh no, I can only apparently do that on one thing at a time, so yeah, spice is the thing we definitely want to do that too. I was about to say knowledge would be the other thing we do it to as well. If we could do 2, we do it and knowledge. Pondering existence. Instead of, making your preserves, do your job. No, pondering existence. That's how we live. I guess they were waiting for like all 3 types of resources to be dropped off before they start making preserves. And then we've got some pastries, so that's good. We'll actually even put a few more on the pastry shop to camp for. We've now got pastries to be made there. Apparently we haven't hit surplus books. I think places... Well, actually, no, some places have got books. Looks like two books per house or something to make them happy. The duration of the books. Anyway, books don't look like they affect the economy. I do apparently have everything I need to upgrade the academy if we were to put the skill point to that, so that's probably where we should put the next skill point. Mine is out of ore. Which one? The clay mine. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. That's actually why we built this one, because that one was looking like it'd run out. And then we do have one over here, which, now that I remember that one's there, it should be the next one. And there's the clay. Oops. There's the button I was thinking of. Oh. That may be a mistake. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna tell these places they're not allowed to carry grain, and we're gonna build another grain storage. Oops, the storage is smart enough to sort themselves out. We'll build an extra bakery, help the food stockpiles, because the food stockpiles are a bit low. Crops less to animal, I forgot to do the rotation. Whoops. Clay mine's done being built, so we're going to queue up more clay miners for it. So at the moment, apparently we have enough heavy tools swords and tools. That's good to know. Doubling the flour production. That was the point of that. And then we're building a second bakery. We'll also upgrade that to a pastry shop. That'll help with the food and food variety a little bit. There we go. So we asked for there to be spices, so it's really expensive. But it's there. I'm gonna sell some soap. I'm gonna sell some shoes. I'm gonna just transfer some gold to the trading post. We're gonna we have 7,000 gold there to buy spice with. And yeah, that's the only thing he's selling that we'd buy anyway. So we're definitely gonna invest heavily in the spice. Although maybe a little tempted to pay rate. And now spice is delivered. Spice, in my experience, appears to last a decent amount of time. So it's more of a question of getting enough than necessarily establishing a reliable supply of it. And you're selling a point of knowledge, so let's let's get enough transfer to there. We can buy the point of knowledge. I think we've got enough spice for the moment. It is a luxury, so in theory we're going to earn more money for having the spice available for people. The money has arrived, so we can buy the point of knowledge. Nope. Apparently I met all the requirements. We have a tier 5 housing. 1 manor complete. In the meantime, we're coming back into the knowledge, because we're going to spend that knowledge point. I was thinking about something when I was buying it, and then I forgot about what it was. Work to produce furniture. Don't need tower upgrades. Glass recycling is tempting. Yeah, with all our grain, brewery wouldn't be too bad. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something. I just can't remember what it is. Work to produce books, it would be maybe tempting. Work camp. Although that's three deep for the work camp. Might have been the work camp is what I was thinking of. it was one point where there were camp, I'd definitely do it. Yeah, I'm thinking the brewery. Get the brewery going. And then we'll have a reason to actually have the pub. Let's see. Where will the... Resource-wise, I need to get the brewery going first. Presumably. Or is that under food production? Cheesemaker... No, it's probably under resources. New merchant. Let's pause for the moment so we don't lose our merchant opportunity here. Here's the brewery. Okay, so no one's opposed to living near the brewery, but no one wants to live near the brewery. That wouldn't be a terrible place for it. Turn that into a gate. And then this needs access to this stuff anyway, so that should be good. And then the pub is an amenity thing. Sure, put that there in the middle. And then merchant-wise. Merchant number 2! You buy pots. And flour, but we're not going to sell you flour. You buy the bricks that we're jealously hoarding at this point. We can buy some knowledge off of you, which we will do. So let's transfer... How much to the town, the trading post, so we can buy the Tome of Knowledge. And otherwise, we're basically saving up to get the theater up. I don't know if the pub has an upgrade. I can see the pub having an upgrade. Oh, and the bakery has a desirability minimum. I did not realize that. So we'll have to beautify up the area around the bakery. Okay, bought that point of knowledge. That's going to be useful. Oh, do I have everything I need for... Yeah. Let's grab the academy upgrade. And where we can not have to buy every point of knowledge, we can research a little bit faster. But I just... There we go. Oh, we might have a plank shortage. Might have just queued up too many things in a row that require planks. Looking at the time, this is probably a good place to put in a part break. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up for you tomorrow. We've got the first tier 5 housing. I don't know if we're necessarily going to go to the point where we have everything tier 5. But the next sort of meta goal for me is I'm going to try to get a wonder, which is one of the reasons I'm sort of being a little bit more interested in knowledge points going forward. Is sort of the next thing I need to build a wonder is enough knowledge points to pick up a wonder. I think we're going to go for the eco one. The two wonders that we'd go for, we're not going for the military one specifically, right? So we're going to go either civic or economic. And I think economic makes the most sense for the way I'm playing. Civic wouldn't be that hard. In fact, civic probably would be easier, other than the fact that I don't think I'm stockpiling 500 bars of metal. Because we can see the visible stuff, right? So the metal would be the hard one with the civic. Bricks would be the hard one with the economic. So that's what we're looking at. If you're watching on YouTube, that's what we're going to be trying to work towards in the next part. Thinking we'll either get that done in the next part or the next part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I can take a short break to sip a little bit of tea and check up on the family, and then we'll be right back with recording the next part. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.